where you felt like you wanted to be promoted and you're struggling with it and you're just not quite sure why? We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about exactly what specifically are, I would say, two reasons why you are most likely not being promoted. And I'll talk a bit more about this later this afternoon, but I know that there's a lot of you, especially as women in leadership or men in leadership that follow my channel here, that are at different levels of your careers and you're wanting to be promoted. And I know sometimes it can just challenging because you're not exactly sure, well, why am I in this role and why am I not being promoted? We're going to talk about it in this video. So you absolutely want to watch this video until the end, because I'm going to share with you really two scenarios. And it really boils down to two scenarios as to why you may not be in a situation where you are being promoted like you would like to be. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, then you're more than welcome to take a look at a couple of videos I have on my channel. I have several videos on the live tab of my channel that specifically talk about advanced communication strategies and techniques that will make you stand out from everybody else. If you happen to be a woman in leadership and you are watching this video, you are in my direct target audience that I provide executive coaching and consultation services to. If you are at a point where you're tired of being overlooked, you're trying to prepare for an executive level role and you're not getting there, or you know that you are not doing everything you need to and your income is not the way that it should be, then you are more than welcome to reach out to me on any platform that I have accounts on right now: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube, so I can support you and get you where you need to be a lot faster. If you are a man in leadership or someone that is just starting out on their leadership journey, then welcome. I'm glad that you're here. You are going to learn something. I guarantee you will learn something in the video that we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about why specifically this is an issue. And this is a live video, so if you're watching the replay, feel free to put something in the comments below, and just know that I will respond to you as soon as I have a moment. Now, there's really two reasons I would say why you may be struggling with getting promoted at a job. And I want to first start off by saying I understand. I know how you feel and I know how frustrating this process can be, but it comes down to two reasons. The first reason may be that you are simply in the wrong place. You may be working at a job and you love the job, you love where you're at, you love the industry, and etc. But for some reason, you're finding yourself not where you really want to be as it relates to your income. Maybe you're trying to get promoted and etc. Let me know in the comments below, has this ever happened to you? Has it ever happened to you? I know a lot of my clients that I work with really do struggle with this, and this is something that, I just don't want you all to struggle with moving forward. So that's one reason. You may just simply be in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place, the wrong setting. This environment that you are in right now is not allowing you to be able to move forward in your career. Many people think it's a lot with office politics and etc. It is, but sometimes you're just in the wrong place. It's the wrong place for you. I want to say hello to David XMLG. Says hello, good morning. Good morning, David. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for stopping by, and let me know what part of the big, beautiful world you are joining from today, David. As I mentioned, you may be in the wrong place, and that's okay. The road is kind of bumpy here. The first thing to determine if you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong job, you need to leave. You need to leave. And if you're not ready to leave just yet, then strategically plan your exit. This is something I talk about in the Real Executive Woman. There's a group coaching program I have, and also a VIP experience I have, that we talk a lot more about planning your exit. Because sometimes I understand, especially as a leader, you're at a point where you can't just leave your role, you can't leave your industry just like that. You just can't do that. And that's okay, but you can strategically plan your exit to determine exactly how you want to make this transition happen. Now, if you're at a point where you need some support with developing that strategy, then you're welcome to reach out to me for an executive strategy session. I have many of my clients that have done this, where they have been able to gain some very life-changing strategies to help their businesses, help them develop on their careers, and etc. So if you need some support, just reach out to me. Now let's go into the second reason why you may not be promoted or are struggling with getting promoted at your your job. Remember, reason one is because you are simply at the wrong place. You may be completely qualified and absolutely ready to be in that leadership role, but if you are at the wrong opportunity that is not allowing you to move forward and to grow, then you need to leave. This is one of the reasons why you may be struggling to be promoted. If there's a lot of office politics that are going on, and they promote people that they in an organization they just like, and it's that type of mentality, please accept my over 20 years worth of experience as a C-suite executive, a manager, and a director to know that you need to leave. You need to leave. Now, the second aspect that I want to mention to you, the second question I want to mention to you specifically, is that you may not be ready. You may not be ready just yet as it relates to transitioning to a higher level. And you may be saying, well, that could be true, but what do I do? One, subscribe to this channel. That's number one. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of aspects of strategy, communication, leadership, planning, and all that we discuss every single day. However, if you are not ready yet, you're just not ready yet. And that's okay. That means that there's a lot of skills, or maybe there's not a lot of skills. There may be just one or two skills that you have to hone in on and fine tune to help you be able to develop where you want to go in your career. For example, if you know that you need to learn how to speak better, then you need to learn how to speak better. If you are struggling with strategic thinking and critically thinking, then that's something you have to work on. There's many ways where you can be in a better position to be promoted, even if you are lacking some skills. As long as you take a moment and you are able to identify what those skills are and invest in yourself to get support to help you do better with those skills, it will set you apart from everybody else, and you will find yourself being in a situation where you can be promoted. Now, I hope that this information has been helpful to you. As I mentioned, we can dive more into this later this evening when I go live. I am going to be releasing an ebook here, hopefully within the next week, for those of you who are at a place where you are trying your best to get to a higher level. Maybe you are someone that is a person that's aspiring to be a manager. Maybe you are trying to navigate your way to the C-suite role. There's a lot of different information out there. There's a lot of people that talk about how do you get to these positions and etc. Well, I'm going to share with you what you really need to know. What you really need to know, some things that people sometimes are a bit more not transparent on as it relates to how you transition into these positions. Many people have different courses and books and etc., and there's a certain amount of sales that goes into it, but I'm going to share with you what you really need to know, and I'm going to place it in an ebook. So if it sounds something like you're interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel. I will absolutely let you all know when I release this ebook. It's going to be a really great checklist for you to start to think about, well, how can I really start making those changes and transition into those higher level leadership roles? I will see you all later today. And if you like this information, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I do also want to mention one video on my live tab that will help you if you're trying to get promoted, and that is any video that talks about executive presence. Executive presence, many people say it's a myth, it's something that doesn't exist. Well, I'm here to tell you that it does, and most of the time when people say it doesn't exist, they probably really struggled with it. So any video that talks about executive presence will help you tremendously as you are trying to elevate and get yourself in a position where you can be promoted. So I will see you all later this afternoon or later this evening, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. If you have any questions about this topic, let me know. I'm here to support you any way that I can. And if you're a woman in leadership, feel free to connect with me so we can have a conversation and get you where you need to be. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.